All right, we are live with session 15. Well, not live, of Light Force Curse of Strahd. I'm very excited to get back into this. How are you two doing today?
Doing good.
Pretty good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. All right, let me go ahead and remove the overlay here to show that you all have just finished a rest, actually. Would anyone like to recap what happened last time?
You would.
I will certainly try my best. You all fought that dude last time, right? Vladimir Horngard, commander of the Order of the Silver Dragon. And you beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
I believe you also got to speak with Argynvostholt himself.
Yep.
Okay, just double checking.
He said if we beat up Vladimir and also purified the crystal or whatever the fuck, he would tell me where the instrument of order is.
Right.
Oh yeah, I have to fix the beacon thing at the top of the place.
And I believe that consists of us finding the nerdy guy and talking to him.
Yes, this nerdy fellow you speak of is certainly located somewhere within these halls. I do remember that in your quest to find a place suitable for a rest, I did warn you that some of these rooms might not be conducive to such things. So just a heads up, you might not find, behind door number 1 may not be the nerdy guy you're looking for, but rest assured, I'm pretty sure you'll find him this session.
Sweet. Let's see, and we got the dude's sword, which I forget. Was that cool?
Yes. I mean, vanilla, no, it is not cool at all, but it has been adjusted for our purposes. Same with Izek's battle axe, the Hornguard's great sword, which will fit in lovely in Julian's arsenal, I believe. Yes, it's fancy. What fancy entails, we'll get to.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right, let me go ahead and swap the music over, and I can have you all continue your traversal around.
There's no way I didn't have this exact book open like 2 weeks ago, game. God damn it. It's annoying. All right. So, where should we go?
Let's see. This is the first floor. So is the guy we're looking for more likely to be on the higher floors? Do we know?
I will say
And
that
also,
you are technically on the second floor. You're on the first map for Argynvostholt. You're on the second floor.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I understand now what I'm looking at. And am I supposed to see all those health bars to our right?
Oh yeah, those are duplicates of the. Here, let me show you real quick. Actually, those are like the pig and the. Because
nice.
you have access to them, I put extras there in case something untoward happens to your Actually, yeah, if you want to recap for the class, so there's only 2 of you, and yet present here on screen are 7 tokens. Would anyone like to quickly recap what's going on here?
My character Keith has access to a bag of tricks, which vanilla, you can reach into it, throw out a little fuzzy ball, and that transforms into an animal. You roll a d8 to determine what it is, and there are 3 vanilla bags that include things like a rat, a baboon, a weasel, a giant bear, a giant goat. There's a mix of beasts from like 0 to 2, but I decided to make one a little more fitting for my character, so I made it a list of all things inspired by Chapter 4 of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. So we have things like a green rock inspired by clefts, or boars inspired by the pigs, and so on. And we also have a awakened shrub, which is a more loose connection, but I just included it there because it's a fun stat block, I think.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for the description and the explanation. You all are free to move around the castle. And also, you should have access to your appropriate tokens to alleviate some of the stress on me.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm just for the sake of convenience, I'm just gonna move Keith around, and then if we get into combat, I'll say they were immediately behind me or something.
Okay. Sure.
And I guess Carrion will be invisible on my shoulder, so I'll poof him out for now. But I need him. All right. Think I should probably do that for Blockhead in the other campaign, huh? But whatever. Let's try this door.
So it's interesting that he has something for me to read right here. Let me read that real quick. This T-shaped hallway has branches to the west, east, and south. 3 arched windows in the north wall look out over the foggy grounds. So let me just go ahead and reveal the definitely a lot that you're able to see. North.
Weird phrasing.
Well, because there's like nothing here except, I guess, the ground below. So, ta-da! It's the edge of the map.
Yeah.
It's not shaped like a lozenge, I'm fine. And I'll attempt to open the door.
Okay. Let me pull up Q27. This room is littered with the wreckage of ancient bunk beds. 5 dirt-caked windows allow precious little light to enter, and between them are 4 empty armor stands. Empty torch sconces line the walls.
Don't see anyone here. I'll briefly examine the wrecked furniture. But if I don't find anything interesting, I guess we can try the other door.
I would normally ask you to roll, but this is not one of those cases, so you are free to exit the room.
I will attempt to open the other door over here then.
Tattered and faded drapes cover the windows of this circular room, and empty torch sconces line the walls. Broken bunk beds and armor stands are strewn on the floor. All right. I'd like to ask you to make an investigation check this time, as I imagine you were planning to do something similar to what you had attempted to do in the other room.
Correct. Better than I expected.
All right, so with this successful 14, buried under the wreckage is a small wooden coffer. A search of the room yields this lost cache. Congratulations, a wooden coffer.
I attempt to open it.
Well, you successfully find 2 potions of invulnerability. The potion's syrupy liquid looks like liquefied iron. I guess it would have been more immersive if I told you find 2 potion bottles with a syrupy liquid that looks like liquefied iron, but
I would probably recognize it.
okay. Yes.
I'll hand one to Julian. These should come in handy, whatever they are.
Yes. I'm sure either I can be convinced to tell you now, or I'll tell you upon your next
I know what
rest.
it does.
Okay. Well, I imagine you're splitting between the two, but that's pretty much all that you find in this room.
Mm-hmm. Let's try this door.
Okay. The contents of this room are draped in cobwebs. Between curtained windows stands a black marble hearth with a sculpted mantelpiece, above which hangs a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of thistledown hair. Opposite the fireplace is a large bed with a rotting mattress and wooden posts carved to resemble dragons. Across from the double doors stands a tall wardrobe, its doors hanging open, revealing a dark and empty cavity. The only other piece of furniture is an overstuffed leather chair that faces the hearth.
Do I recognize the man in the paint?
So you don't recognize the man in the painting, although he seems familiar. Actually, let me think. When you were in the library, what were the books that you and Carrion had rolled nat 20s on? Or all right, and we're back. You had asked if you recognized this handsome, well-dressed man with a wry smile and a thick mane of thistledown hair. Yes, so you don't recognize him specifically, but there's something about him that seems familiar. Whether it's a familiar aura or energy, or perhaps you just saw a picture of him in a book somewhere. But you specifically don't recall. If you would like, you can roll a history if you like. You know what? Maybe this is your dad. I don't know.
Aside from that, I'll still investigate as usual. Maybe see if the chair is overstuffed with something, or if it's just overstuffed.
That would be nice. I am sorry. When you go to try to roll, the option is grayed out for some reason, indicating that there's nothing to find in here.
All right, that's 18. No.
Quadruple advantage.
All right. Well, let's try this door.
Ooh, most interesting choice. Let me go ahead and slide you over here. To recap, I believe one of you had peeked behind one of these curtains, or maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. There are these curtains here. You can see kind of above and below you, but since you've peeked into this room, let me reveal what you see. Now, this room is kind of epic. You're at Q24, which, according to here, says, this wooden balcony overhangs the mansion's chapel. An exquisitely carved wooden throne rests at the west end between two doors, and narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that I imagine you can tell go up and down. Hanging from the high ceiling is an iron chandelier with candle holders shaped like tiny silver dragons.
Cool. Oh, you know what? I just noticed these two doors here, so maybe before we go into there, I'll open these.
Okay. So this upper one, rainwater seeps through cracks in the ceiling and flows into a pool on the sagging wooden floor. The pool fills about half the room. Bare stone shelves line the walls. And I'll tell you right now that it looks as if this room has been thoroughly looted.
Suspicious. What about this one?
The room contains an iron tub and has wood paneling on the walls that rises to a height of 3 feet. Above the paneling, the walls are painted with a continuous faded mural of a mountainscape.
Beautiful. Did anyone stuff any platinum pieces down the drain?
That would be nice. I apologize that there are no platinum pieces down this drain.
Message received. All right. Well, I guess we'll try this round. Let's see. What the hell? Keith will try sitting in the throne.
Ooh. All
Just
right.
get a feel for the atmosphere.
Well, let me remember. You
How does
feel
it feel?
you feel as if you could command a vast army of noble, resilient warriors helping people across the land. Yep. It's pretty nice.
We really need to kill that guy. He'll say standing up.
Now,
What?
technically... Oh, yes, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Because you can see down below, it is up to me to reveal the other portion of the map, which you can see that I've started revealing on the bottom half of this map. Oh, well, I guess I've shown my hand. As I've scrolled the camera to the bottom portion of the map, let me read off Q13.
Hope there are no enemies down here.
Cracked wooden pillars support a wooden U-shaped balcony that overhangs this stone-walled chapel. Narrow archways lead to spiral staircases that curl up to the balcony, and a door set into the north wall has a wooden beam barring it. I guess I have let you know. Yeah, you know that despite being up here. At the east end of the chapel rests a stone altar flanked by iron candelabras. The altar is carved with a rising sun bas relief. Tall arched windows set with panels of stained glass decorate the walls behind the altar. One of the windows has been shattered, covering the chapel floor with shards of colored glass and allowing thick fog to enter and fill the room. But through the fog, you see three armored figures kneeling before the altar. Pay no attention to the fact that you only see two.
One of them looks kind of like a Rick.
Do you have... Wait, do you have access to only the bottom one?
Yep, Rick is the only one whose name I can see.
That is very interesting. Oh, I probably gave him permissions prior to be... Hold on, open character sheet. Edit. No, I'm
Revenant.
I'm wondering why you see Rick's name specifically, but oh well. Anyway, back up to you all up here on the balcony. They're praying.
To be named Dick.
It does start with a D, actually, the other one, but it does not rhyme with Rick.
Cautious.
Dylan.
Colder.
Derek.
Oh,
That kind of rhymes with Dick.
Well, that's surprisingly closer.
Darren.
A little tiny bit colder, but still pretty warm.
Let's go ask him.
So you're interested in going down the stairs, is it?
Yeah.
Kill him before we can answer. My jaw hawks. It's got a fucking cramp.
Oof. I hate sometimes when I yawn, my chin will cramp. Oh,
Yep.
Wait.
Exactly what happened.
What causes it? Do you know what is there something do I need to drink more water?
I don't know.
It hurts so much.
It does. It does. It's the cramp that I get more than anything else.
Yeah. All right. Oh well. Well, at least even though I might not know what's causing it, guess I'm not the only one who's suffering. All right, you can make your way to the bottom floor if you would like. If you would like, I can also just drag your characters down. Okay, thank you. Oh, also, I believe I'm instructed to tell you that as you're in this staircase, narrow windows allow dim light to enter this 5-foot wide spiral staircase.
Neat.
Okay, you step in.
Yep.
They continue to pray. Well, I'm sorry, they're kneeling before the altar. That doesn't necessarily mean they're praying. As you get closer, now that you're 10 feet, the one on the bottom, which I guess I've also shown my hand here, his name is Rick, will kind of like turn around, noticing your presence, and will kind of glare at you, and will slowly reach towards the sword that is at his side. Think of it like it's on the floor, and he'll like look at you, he'll growl.
What's your problem? What's not an answer?
He like holds up a fist towards you.
Does this guy look undead?
Yes.
Does he look coherent?
Can you give me your choice of perception or insight?
Well,
it doesn't seem like he is capable of conversing with you, based on what you can tell.
There's no way around it. We have to kill this guy.
so did you say his sword is on the ground?
Yeah, think of it like they put it next to them.
Mm-hmm. I will use my newly acquired mage hand to pick up the sword myself.
We believe in escalating situations in funny ways, Hale.
Yeah.
Okay, as you pick up the sword, he'll groan and get up. He'll like, because he was kneeling, technically. I guess I should make him, I don't know, maybe this one prone still. Indicate that their vulnerability while kneeling. And that's not just me saying, wow, look at these people ripe for the slashing. He'll like get up and shamble towards you like, like as an older sibling, maybe if you have something that your younger sibling needs and you're like holding it up out of their reach. That's the energy that's happening here right now as you keep Rick's prized possession, the only thing that I assume reminds him of what it was like to be human, away from him.
He'll use the mage hand and put it like, I don't know, over here.
He feels satisfied now that he has retrieved the sword, unless you're pulling it away
No,
from him again.
I'll
Okay.
let him take it.
We just toying with people now.
I'm not really sure what to do with these guys, Keith says. They're vaguely hostile, but like not
Are they?
violently so yet.
Are they even hostile? Or are they just annoyed with us, like, being here?
That might be it. Well, I can always check out the next room. Leave them to it. As a pig, a shrub, and a rock also follow me in here.
Okay. There's a lot to read here, so I'm kind of just gonna summarize this. 20-foot long table. sculpted dragons for legs. The chairs are carved to resemble folded dragon wings. That's pretty cool. Some of them are smashed up. There's a crystal chandelier glowing with a soft white light. There are 2 life-size statues depicting knights with dragon-winged helms and shields. It's wet over there in the corner. And there's a lot of doors.
I see. I examine one of these statues.
I'll examine the other.
Man,
Teamwork.
it sure would be epic if these were some sort of like animated armor, but like to look like this. What is it? It's like knights with dragon winged helms and shields. Unfortunately, I think they're just pretty to look at, and I don't have anything for you in here. The knight statues are lifelike but inanimate.
I would say this order really likes dragons, but given that it's headed by a dragon, I think this is an order by a dragon that just really likes himself.
Yeah, as Keith was sitting in that chair, I was like, wait, does the Order of the Silver Dragon include other dragons? Or is it just like humans? Now that I think about it. Like, is the only dragon just the head? Huh. I'm not sure.
It's also strictly only humans. They're actually incredibly racist. No one's allowed in except humans. And definitely no other dragons.
I'll open this door, I suppose.
This kitchen has been plundered, its tables overturned. The floor is littered with rusted utensils and smashed crockery. Narrow windows flanking a hearth will look out over a cemetery that will reveal to you in just a bit. An open iron pot hangs from a hook inside the blackened fireplace. It rattles on its hook and bobs up and down as though something is inside it.
It rattles as if something is inside it, but it's open.
It's open, but it's kind of like hanging and facing you.
Mm-hmm. Can I see anything inside it?
Ignore that word that you saw there.
Okay.
I didn't see nothing.
When you get close, a bat flies out and flaps around the room. Pay no attention to the fact it's over here. I don't remember if that was the original location for it or not. So it's
My
just
people.
flapping around. True.
From whence do you hail?
Wait, can you speak with beasts or?
No.
Okay, just checking. All right. Well, it's flapping about. Weak, weak, weak.
Are you able to tell if bats are vampires or not?
No.
Hmm.
I don't think so. I've never really tried, but I don't get the sense that this bat is a vampire.
Nah,
But
me
I
neither.
don't think that means anything.
Did these windows open?
Let me see. Q10. Narrow windows. Let me check. I feel like they don't. The doors are unlocked. Why do you ask?
I would open the window and let the bat out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do that. The bat
Be
squeaks
free,
as
creature
it
of the
flies
night.
out. And I guess that warrants a point of inspiration. Very nice of you. Let me see how much you have discovered of this area.
We'll probably want to check out that cemetery at some point. Is this a curtain back here?
This is a curtain, yes.
Guess I'll open the curtain.
Once again, your investigation roll button is grayed out, but tattered brown drapes cover the windows of this circular room, and a heavy curtain hangs across an archway to the south that you just opened, and strewn about the floor is the wreckage of half a dozen beds and other pieces of furniture.
What a strange layout for them.
Who's just running around smashing all these beds?
I don't know. A strange form of sabotage, but I'm sure it's at least somewhat effective.
Maybe I should stock up with some spare straw. See, I do have a sack. Yeah, sure, I'll fill my sack with straw.
Nice. That will come in handy.
And then I'll open this next door.
So I don't have a description to read off here, but there is an iron gate that's chained shut that closes off the 10-foot archway on this northern wall. And then 10-foot high flights of stone steps to the west and east of the archway lead up to landings and doors, one of which you're at right now.
I assume this is a gate, which you might have mentioned there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's chained shut. There's a padlock on it.
Check to see if there's any more smashed beds in here.
What are you talking about? More smashed furniture in the smashed furniture mansion? No way.
That wouldn't make any sense at all.
I will paste the description to you right here. As these furnishings are covered with dust and cobwebs lying in disarray. There's a damaged brass chandelier hanging from the ceiling. And your button is grayed out here, as I've been instructed by the book that time and neglect have damaged the furnishings, leaving nothing of value.
But Lila would have had a field day with this place.
I would have been so miserable.
Well, I think you've discovered everything on this floor except for the suspicious, shroud of fog on the northern side of the map. Otherwise, Yahoo! Exploration.
I guess we'll go back into this room. And head out this door.
Guys, we're back. Don't bother getting up on our account.
Let me make sure that you can at least get out here. Because the northern door, I think here, the door set into the north wall, has a wooden beam barring it. If you would like to remove the beam, you can.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You remove the beam and are easily able to access, this cemetery, as tucked behind the mansion is a fog-shrouded cemetery enclosed by a 7-foot-tall fence of wrought iron. In the northeast corner stands a mausoleum.
Based on the map, I'm guessing some of these graves look dug up.
The thick fog obscures the fact that 5 of the graves have been dug up. I guess you're close enough now to notice.
Yeah.
If you'd like, you can give me a successful DC 10 perception check. Oh my gosh.
Crushing it.
So, you're able to determine that the corpses that were there crawled out of the earth. Now,
Yeah, I could have guessed that.
of the missing corpses, there is no sign, but the surrounding fence is intact, which suggests that no one got into the cemetery from outside. Also,
like,
go ahead.
Climb.
What'd you say?
Unless they like climbed,
True.
or could fly, could teleport, or like walked in from the outside.
I'm going to take the narration of the book as what happened.
No. That's stupid. Look, the book doesn't know. It wasn't there.
Are the graves marked?
Is
They-
this grave marked?
For the purposes of your campaign, I don't know if they're marked. I'm sure they're like, there's like text on there. I'm sure, but it's like generic video game placeholder text, you know, like da 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 da. It's like, oh man, there sure is text here on this gravestone.
As the name of the author on there.
Keith, while you were examining the holes in the ground, you suddenly feel like someone or something is watching you. Looking up, you spot a well-dressed man with a thick mane of thistledown hair observing you from a high tower window. He draws the curtain and disappears from view.
What an oddly specific description. That's probably not important.
Sometimes people just have oddly specific description.
How high up was he?
I think 3rd floor.
How high up is that? Like 30 or 40 feet, something like that?
I forget how tall a story is.
A little beyond 10 feet.
Alright.
Roughly 11 feet-ish.
Alright.
In that case,
look
about
it up.
33-ish feet up there.
I had to look it up for when
Jumped out of Death House.
lightning dropped down
Yep.
from the 3rd story in Death House.
Good times, good times.
In that case, I'll open this door and we can enter the mausoleum. Wait, to clarify, where was the high tower window?
It was over. It was
Okay.
basically like that, but up 2 floors.
Oh, that's right. There were stairs going even higher up over here, weren't there?
Yes, the stairs that you took to go down do go up, and then of course there were. I think the stairs that you originally. There's definitely ways to get up there. You've been on the 3rd floor. That is where you met both Vladimir and Argynvostholt.
That's right. Well, do we want to check out the mausoleum?
Can't think of a good reason not to.
I can, but let's do it anyway.
What was a good reason not to?
I don't know, there's probably undead in there that'll attack us.
That sounds like a pretty good reason to go investigate the mausoleum.
I see your point.
If you want to, the stone door requires a DC 15 strength check to open.
I'll let you handle it. Unless you need some help. You fool!
Oh yeah, because there's an 8-foot tall, 4-foot wide white marble door set into the southwest wall. With your successful roll, I assume.
You said it was DC 15, right?
Yeah, DC 15, like a regular strength roll. I'm just trying to remember if you have like.
Oh, right. Wrong button.
Nice.
Happy.
All right. Yes. Because technically, the
Just doing
first
that.
roll would not have made it if it were just a regular strength roll, but you are able to successfully open up mausoleum.
Julian just walks up, spits on his hands, rubs them together, grabs the bottom of the door, lifts it up, and then, oh God, I don't think that one walks actually. And it's like, oh, sorry, my bad. Drops it, and then repeats the process again, doing it exactly the exact same way.
It's epic.
Word of God. Looks good to me.
So the interior of the mausoleum is dark and dusty. You see 4 empty alcoves with raised floors. Etched into the far wall is a verse written in Draconic.
And neither of us read that, I'm pretty sure.
Gotta double check. Don't think I do, but gotta double check. Nope. Common Elven Dwarven.
Yep. All right, well. I was kind of expecting like something deeper.
You can give me your choice of investigation or arcana while you're in here.
Those are probably the same thing. Hell yeah.
Well, with a 5, at least you could tell there might have been something in here at one time. That is no longer the case.
That's probably fine.
What are we investigating in over here?
Oh,
We don't know until we pass the check.
Oh, okay. May I attempt a
Yes.
perception?
Sure, I'll take a perception.
14.
Okay, so
What do I percept?
it is interesting. The dust in here, you know, like trailing in from the open door, it seems to settle as if when there's something that's been in a room for so long, it kind of permanently affects the room, perhaps the airflow, that kind of thing. And you can see what the dust is settling over the shape of what appears to be a large dragon skeleton that it was in the middle of the room. Think of it like it forms a layer of dust over what would be a large dragon skeleton. But if you move your hand through, like the dust kind of dissipates. There's nothing there. But you can tell that there used to be a large dragon skeleton in here.
Huh.
That's weird. Keith, how did you not notice this?
So, you know.
Did you say the dude that like was watching us from one of the from higher up was did you say that he was in like a higher floor of the mausoleum, or did you say it was like in one of these towers?
One of those towers, that one, the ladder.
There's some dude creeping on us over there then.
I'm gonna guess that's the guy we need to see.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, we've explored all the first and second floor to our best extent, so let's go back up to the third, I suppose.
All right.
Actually bring the minions with me this time so that I don't forget.
I assume you're using these staircases to ascend to the upper floors.
Mm-hmm.
Ominous question, for sure. Considering the fact that Keith is bringing a fucking conga line with him, Julian and Sniffles all going to ascend using this staircase over here.
Okay. Let me go ahead and copy your conga lines. Give me just a moment to prep the upper floors. I think... Hold on. Okay, conga line 1. And going back to grab conga line number 2. Okay, let me take you all to this next map. You'll find yourselves on the bottom right of the map. As you ascend the stairs, you actually notice each other through the window as you're both ascending your respective staircases, as the windows kind of, are aimed at each other.
Huh. Weird. Perhaps I didn't think this through. We shall see.
Okay, I've revealed the next portion of the map as you go up another set of floors, but I want to reveal a little bit more of this map because you would have seen more of this map via the windows that you're about to traverse up. So give me just a sec while I get that ready. All right, let me grab your tokens and move you up respectively. If you move to the top half of the map, as you gaze out the windows this time, you kind of see... What is this section? It's 31, 43, 46. I guess it's no good. You can kind of see like the roof of Argynvostholt, and there's a big hole in the middle. The place is in shambles and disarray, but it looks like you have one more flight of stairs to go up.
We keep climbing.
Yeah, let me see if I have anything different to read to you now that you're up here. Well... Let me get this direction right. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, I just assume it goes up to here. Basically where you are now, I think a stone battlement encloses the roof of this turret. A spiral staircase descends to the level below. You can see that you're in small rooms lined with arrow slits. Perhaps used for archers to rain hell out of. But there are doors, and surprisingly, or not, they lead you to the same location over here. Creaky stairs climb to a wooden landing with 3 windows that look out over the roof of the mansion. Flanking the windows are two narrow wooden doors that you would just be emerging out of, and you'll see that the stairs do go down in a clockwise direction, but they also go up in a counterclockwise direction.
So this isn't like a hole in the stairs. This is like this set goes up, and then this set goes down.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Was the guy in the window at the top of the tower?
I think this tower... No, I think you're a little too high now, because this tower, if you look at the overall map, is kind of above... It's above the altar, if I'm reading this map correctly. Because these are basically directly above the stairs on that very first floor. So that person you are at least the person you saw while you're in the cemetery is more in... Oh, actually, you would be able to see this being... Because the windows also go this way. The tower above that, or below that ballista, is where you saw that person. So the tower you're in is definitely different. You can choose to go down and over, or you can choose to keep going up.
Let's check the top just real quick. And then we can go down and find that guy.
Mm-hmm. On to another map. Let's go.
Actually, not this time.
Damn it. I mean, yeah.
I will let you all... The tower top you have just ascended to, it is up here on the map. Feel free to move yourselves up there as we paste the description. Wooden stairs climb to the tower's peak, which has a stone floor and a 30-foot high pitched roof. Ravens roost on crisscrossing rafters, coming and going through small holes in the roof. 10-foot high, 5-foot wide arched windows are evenly spaced around the walls. Each window consists of a lead latticework fitted with small panes of transparent glass. Also, not present in your map, but in the center of the room is a large dragon skeleton, albeit missing its head.
Uh-huh. Oh, the thing to drag up several flights of stairs. Must have crows brought it.
Oh, ravens, actually.
Actually, this reminds me, there is one more thing to put here, but I want to get the bones in first. I just don't know where my bones token is. Okay. There is one more token in addition to the bones that I want to put up here that I forgot about. You see as you enter up here that there is someone gazing out the window. Let me figure out which window they're at. Okay. Loop. He is gazing out the window to the west. He has his hands kind of like behind him. He's like holding one of his wrists. He does not hear you. Wait, let me see who's with you. You have a spider, a rock, a pig, a shrub. Okay, he hears the shrub. He'll like turn around. He'll see you all and say, "Oh, visitors. What are you doing up here?"
Does this guy look undead?
Yes.
Is he a white?
Let me check.
He looks like they took the white, like, picture and then just turned it into an NPC.
Oh, actually, hold on. I have a handout for you. Supplemental material. No. Player handouts. Named NPC handouts. Okay. I will show you the handout once introductions are made.
We're looking for... What's the name of the guy we're looking for? I assume Argynvostholt told us.
Yes, if he didn't, then I believe Vladimir Horngar would have told you. So you're looking for Sir Godfrey Gwillem.
Oh, I actually wrote it down. Yeah, there he is. I'll say we're looking for Sir Godfrey Gwillem.
Yeah. Present and accounted for. What do you need my services for?
Oh, so you're not the guy with the thistledown hair.
He squints his eyes just a little and he'll say, "Oh, strange. Did you see a man with thistledown hair?"
Yeah, he looked kind of like, I'll use, I believe. Yeah, I took Misty Visions. I'll cast Silent Image and just make the dude I saw.
Nice.
In fact, Keith's shadow will rise out of the ground and form the image of him.
Oh. That is most strange. That is... Well, tell me, how many other of us have you met traversing the grounds? I hope our soldiers didn't give you too much trouble. They are quite angry and should attack anyone on sight.
Let's see. We met Argynvostholt. We met Vladimir. We met a couple of your soldiers. They almost attacked us, but they didn't. And then we saw this guy looking through a window, and he closed the curtains.
And now you, obviously.
So you met Vladimir. What? How did that transpire? He closes his eyes and he puts his hands together. Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm supposed to hand you this, and I will hand you out this handout of Sir Godfrey Gwillem.
This dude's fucking cool.
Thank you. I appreciate those compliments. I know you weren't speaking to me.
I love that he has shadows that are supposed to make it look like his head is just a skull, but it's very clearly not. So his nose is just painted black to look like he's just a skull.
I dig it.
It looks very silly.
I'd cosplay this dude.
Do it, coward.
No.
That's what I thought.
Oh, as for Vladimir, we beat him up.
Oh, he looks horrified. You beat him up, but you must be some powerful adventurers if you were able to beat up Commander Vladimir.
He didn't make it easy, but we managed.
Do you two have some sort of rapport together now? I imagine.
Something like that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for answering my questions. Please, do you have questions for me? Please have a seat. Where are my manners? He looks around. There's no furniture up here. Let me see if there's something that I forgot to describe about this particular room, because again, there are the ravens that are flitting about. I guess there's no other furniture here. Yeah. He'll apologize profusely for there not being any furniture, but he implores that you all make yourselves at home to the best of your ability, and he's ready to answer some questions.
Well, Keith will sit down, and the implement on his back will turn into a chair. We were told... So I'm in search of a certain instrument, and Argynvostholt said he'll tell me where it is if we help you with your crystal problem.
Crystal problem? Sorry, I have to think about some things.
It was corrupted or something.
Oh, yes. Give me just a sec. Let me scroll to the appropriate portion. Yes, the beacon which you find yourselves in here now used to be, well, a beacon of light and hope for the Valley of Barovia against the tyranny of Strahd and other such unwelcome entities. Our poor soldiers, they are, rest assured, even though some may have or apparently may not have attacked you on sight, they're not evil, they're just under a curse, as the beacon has been corrupted. The beacon that you find yourselves in here now needs to be relit. It is sustained by the soul of our founder, the great Argynvostholt himself, and it's attached to his remains. He gestures towards the bones that are in the middle of the room. This beacon also serves as his crypt, but unfortunately, his skull has gone missing. It was stolen by a coven of witches. Until the skull of Argynvostholt is returned safely to the rest of his bones here, the beacon cannot be lit. And not only does the Valley of Barovia remain in some sort of darkness, both metaphorical and physical, but my poor soldiers down below are also afflicted by the loss of Argynvost's skull. In fact, even Commander Vladimir does not have all his memories, which is most tragic. But I digress. If you can procure the skull of Argynvostholt from that coven of witches, return it here to this tower, we can relight the beacon and bring hope back to the valley.
This seems familiar. Bones sure are powerful in Barovia. Is that the name of the greater area we're in?
Is that a question for me or for Godfrey?
Yeah, for you.
Yes, it is. It's a little confusing because it's the village of Barovia and you're also in the Valley of Barovia. But yeah, the general area is pretty much, it's the Valley of Barovia or Barovia. It's quite interesting how it got that name, but I don't think you've unlocked that piece of particular lore just yet.
All right. Well, if you have a piece of paper with a conveniently marked map to the witches, we can go retrieve the skull for you.
Lord, do I want to have Godfrey hand you this, but let me just double check to see if he would know. While he is rummaging through his script that he's just pulled out of view of the camera, there are still the ravens hopping around. They're kind of like looking at the windows. If any of you want to look through a particular window while I double check what Godfrey knows, feel free to.
Oh, I'll look through this one.
All right, let's see. You went to the southwest. Okay, so I'll give you both of what you see. So the tower is high enough because if you remember on the map, you're basically surrounded by forest, but it's high enough that to the west. No, actually, from your particular position, I'll just give you the south. To the south, a river flows through a foggy marsh. That is what you see through that particular window, and that's probably what you would see looking through the other windows that are around the staircases. As for Keith, I assume you're looking up there?
Yeah.
So you'd also see kind of this to the east. To the north and east lies a mist-shrouded valley with dark woods, a small town, and a lonely windmill on a precipice. I think I'm a little confused because the windmill should definitely be to your east. I think the small town is like, I'm not sure what that's for. It's Vallaki. Okay, sorry. The small town, quote unquote, is Vallaki. The windmill is quite familiar to you all as you passed it on your way to Vallaki. That leaves just one potential direction window to look through. The one that either he was looking at or the one that your awakened shrub is looking at. You should be able to see the final thing. And because nothing bad will happen if I tell you this information, To the west, between rocky hills, you glimpse an abbey perched on a snowy mountainside beyond a long stretch of fog-smothered pines. Hmm. Dang. All right. I think, unfortunately, as knowledgeable as Sir Godfrey Gwillem is, he doesn't know where the Coven of Witches would be. Or at least he doesn't know where they put Argynvost's skull.
Good to know. So we'll have to do our own research.
Damn.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
And before I forget, since I think we changed the subject, Keith will ask who that guy was that we saw in the window.
Oh, right. That is the form that Argynvost took when he was human. Well, it's most interesting considering that he is not alive.
Interesting.
I do apologize that I do not know where the skull was taken. Otherwise, I would have sent my men after it, but
I'm sure we can find it.
perhaps they might know. Some of them do regularly scout the surrounding area. But if not, if you bested Vladimir in combat, I'm sure you're more than capable of discovering the location of Argynvost's skull.
Well, I guess we'll go around and I guess we'll ask around.
And we're asking who again? All the zombies that want to attack us?
All right.
Out of curiosity, I know that Keith was dead set on coming here to find out more information about the Instruments of Order, but that aside, was there something that you all were like, okay, and then we can go here next, to this laundromat, or to this castle, or this library? Like, was there anything else on the immediate agenda other than Argynvostholt that you can remember?
You know, I don't think so.
Okay.
The last thing we did before we came here was we killed political figures, and I think the town was on fire, at least to some extent.
Yeah, I'm sure the fires are out by now, for sure. Okay. Let me then see if he has anything else, information-wise. I need to check your readings. One. Oh.
My mercenary reading seems like it's probably relevant here. You're talking about the tarot card readings, right?
Yes, that's correct. Could I ask you both to refresh my memory while I...
Yeah, I'll just paste them.
Yes, thank you. And then the one for... Do you have your... Oh, okay. Yes. Also, let me know if you have your character-specific ones while I read these.
I believe those are all the character specific ones. Okay.
I think Avenger plus Artifact was mine. So find someone who has lived for a very long time. A woman of death named Aragal will forsake her dark lord to serve your cause. Beware, she has a rotten soul.
I feel like that one's probably going to be at least somewhat literal.
Yeah.
It's like gonna meet an evil person. It's like, what's your name? Aragal. Hey,
Hey.
you and me, we're going places. But yeah, the treasure lies in a dragon's house in hands once clean and now corrupted.
Yeah, it's
It's probably about Argynvostholt.
Mm-hmm.
But I have multiple readings that refer to the treasure, and it's like it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like that's all referring to like one specific thing. So it just seems like, hey, go do a side quest in this general area. You'll get something cool, probably.
Yeah.
I'm very curious if Swashbuckler look to a place where sickness and madness are bred, where children once cried, the treasure lies still. I'm very curious if that was supposed to be about the orphanage. But I don't know.
Okay.
Why can't all the tarot cards just be very literal? Joe will betray you.
Aragal will betray Strahd and walk with you, but also she's a bitch.
So she'll probably betray you too.
Word to the wise, she fucking sucks.
The password is swordfish.
But beware, it's ironic because you will then get stabbed with a swordfish. What can it all mean? Damn, what does it all mean?
Okay. Thank you for posting this. I will get back to you on some of these. But yes, it's nice to see this and remembering, okay, that's there, and this is in Argynvostholt. Okay. Okay. But this knowledge, I don't think changes anything that Sir Godfrey would have, except for... Let me think. Okay. You know what? I expected you all to go there this session anyway, so I will ignore the section that says he doesn't know, and he will hand you a piece of parchment with a red X in the middle.
Let's fucking go!
He'll say, while I have been able to divine the location of at least the direction that the Coven of Witches took the skull, up until, well, just last night, actually, my control over my soldiers has been too difficult, too waning for me to mount any sort of rescue mission. They are not in a state to attempt such a thing. But you all seem to be, he looks over at Keith, alive, and I wager that you will be able to complete the mission more successfully than the remnants of the Order of the Silver Dragon would be able to.
I'm sure we'll do fine. Is it rude to ask what kind of undead someone is, he says?
It depends who the undead is. If you're asking Vladimir, then it is rude. If you're asking me, I love company and talking to people, so I am more than happy to. It's been a long time since I talked to, well, anyone really. So, why? Is there a particular undead you're interested in? Was it Rick, perhaps? Perhaps it was Decker.
Decker. Yeah, I would have gotten that eventually.
I had a feeling, considering it appeared on the map.
Oh yes,
No.
the cemetery needs cleaning. So sometimes random words just show up in the cemetery.
I was more curious about you, actually.
Well, that's a good question. I can at least tell you I have a unique stat block, so I'm not quite sure actually.
Don't know what kind of undead I am, but I do know that I'm CL8.
Do you have the ability to drain the life from someone?
Well, CR8, that is quite high praise. I'm nowhere near that high. The ability to drain... I'm sorry, what do you say? To drain the health from someone? Let me see. Nope. Actually. Let me look at this other stat block.
Okay.
Would you say that you're white? Not legally, no.
Oh.
He's some kind of white supremacist.
I'm some sort of revenant. I'm a revenant with the added ability to cast spells.
Ooh. Cool.
I also am quite proficient with a longsword.
You're a Revenant. Who do you want revenge against? You're pretty chill for a Revenant.
Well, we all are stuck in this state due to the same person. So while my vengeance may be a little... You see, it's called therapy. Vladimir doesn't think he needs it.
Is it Strahd?
That's correct.
Let's go!
You sound oddly excited by the fact that I am bound to this realm and cannot be at
We
peace.
hate Strahd too!
Oh! He squints at you. Are you undead?
No.
Oh.
I'm a construct.
My apologies. Is it rude if I ask you if you're undead?
Nah, I don't mind.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I won't. He like squints at you. Okay. I won't ask.
Oh, I'm not that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait a minute.
You were able to enter, so you're probably not some sort of undead. He kind of he nods to himself satisfactorily, whatever the adverb would be.
That only applies to vampires.
Oh, yes, but you don't look like any of the other. He pulls up a list of undeads and let's see. Zombie, ghoul,
Banshee.
what? Banshee, ghost. Nope. Well, checks out. If you all have any other questions, feel free to ask me.
Mummy Lord.
Me lord. But yes, you'll need to venture, well, technically south, but given the layout of Barovia, you technically have to go west and then north and then east and then south, unless you want to go down the cliff side, which is rather steep, but you all seem rather capable, so I'm sure it wouldn't be too much trouble.
I could take a tumble.
Yep, likewise.
All right, as I pull up the map, do any of you need a break before I'm just gonna probably... Nothing eventful is gonna happen on your way down and out, unless you want to check out other rooms, but
I'm probably good with this place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good on this place. I do want to go to the bathroom now.
All right, let me just pause this real quick and we'll take a short break. All right, I positioned you all outside of Argynvostholt, as indicated by Carrion here. I forget if you all have access to move carrion on this map. But
Nope.
Okay. The direction you're meant to go is back the way you came, but you can kind of see on the path where it goes south. That's where you're meant to go. So let me go ahead and reveal more of this right here.
Oh, I have you. Got it.
Yep. And then let me slowly move you all. Shoop. Nothing eventful will occur on your trip. But is there anything you'd like to say or do before I take you all to the next map?
Let's all sing shanties as we walk. We got
No.
quite the band here.
No.
Oh,
Okay. The trail hugs the river for several miles. The dirt and grass soon turn to marsh as the trail dissolves into spongy earth pockmarked with stands of tall reeds and pools of stagnant water. A thick shroud of fog covers all. You find yourselves on the top right of this map.
you take one down, pass it around. One bottle of beer on the wall, Julian.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, let me get your crew with you. Your respective posses. So that is Sniffles, this rock, this pig, and this shrub. Oh, they're kind of small.
Tiny.
Let me.
I mean, it's probably not inaccurate, but well, the boar is inaccurate.
Sniffles is technically supposed to be a large creature,
No, that's right. I remember now.
but I like the idea of Sniffles being a medium creature.
Works for
It
me.
is easier.
She's just short for her height.
She scrunches up, but she's normally huge.
Yeah.
She's a pygmy giant spider.
All right.
All right. As you're walking through, I am curious. It's kind of like muddy and marshy. Technically, well, neither of you have heavy armor, right?
I have no armor.
Okay. Just a little tricky to move around, perhaps as if it's difficult terrain.
Let's see if I have anything to help us out.
If Godfrey or I had foresight, we would have given you water walk somehow.
If I was a higher level vampire, I could just turn into mist. And hover.
So for my weekend crew, I was running one of the Tales from the Yawning Portal ones, one of the little adventures, and like they entered a room. There was a coffin at the end. The lid lifted open. The vampire peeked out, and they just like unleashed everything. They didn't even say hi. The vampire even like turned into mist after dropping to 0 hit points and I tried so hard to get the vampire out of there. And then they're just like, nope. And then they just completely just like went to town.
I need to ask, was the vampire evil?
I
Like, was that supposed to be a fight?
I think it is supposed to be a fight, yeah.
Okay. Consider, if you would, though, toning the tables on the party retroactively and having that be like a good guy vampire.
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Rude.
Think like food chain, like that vampire was like keeping the population of It's evil were cows in check, and now that the vampire is gone, epidemic. They're spreading everywhere. Well, hopefully your the difficult strain probably won't come into play unless you come across combat on this map.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I think that would help. So I guess we'll just have to check through it.
Yep.
All right. Feel free to move along the map. I will reveal a little bit more. This is under the guise of it being like fog that you can kind of only see 60 feet of at a time. The map, I think, is currently set so that it's more than... Hold on, I have to take off snap to center. No snapping. Yeah, so it's about 60 visible for y'all.
I wonder if this is the river that's drowned the dead village that we're going to encounter at some point.
No, I'm sure it's fine.
By the way, the left side of the map is... Imagine it's the cliffside that you kind of went down or around from on the previous map. It is not going to come into play on this map.
Nice.
As you all are walking through, you actually see off in the distance a figure. It is standing alone. About, let me measure out. About 60 feet.
Oops. Trying to rearrange. All right. Is this darkness or fog?
It's fog.
Okay. Curses. Well, I'll step a little closer to see if I can get a better look at him.
As you step closer, the figure turns around and begins running in your direction. Directly at you.
Julie, get in front of me.
And I will need you all to roll for initiative. Let me remove, don't add it just yet. Let me remove the previous stuff on the tracker. All right. Yes. You're free. Oh my gosh. Nice.
Quick draw, Keith.
Oof. That's not good. Ooh, that's better.
What are you?
Okay. Thanks for your patience. The figure begins, like, basically you got closer within, I'm about to reveal it, but let me measure out here. You get 30 feet away from it. It turns only its head to look at you. It has this grin on it. Let me reveal its portion of the map. And it begins bolting towards you. Off in the foggy distance, you can see a few other figures now that you've come closer. That look similar, but are just standing there.
Wait, is that a fucking scarecrow?
Perhaps.
Ha!
Yes, you would think you have some sort of rapport with them, perhaps. But I will go ahead and start this music, and Keith, you can start us off. Also, I'm gonna put a out of radius on Keith just so I can keep track of the 60 feet a little bit more easily.
Because I have 120 feet of Devil's Sight, but I guess that doesn't technically interact with fog. Ah!
Yeah, it's just me making more visible stuff.
People see what appears to be a fellow scarecrow charging at him, and he's just gonna go, "Come on, buddy, we don't need to do this."
Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Damn.
13 is a noble effort, but not enough to make the difference here.
Well, I tried. Fuck.
That is quite interesting. The 11 does hit. Its armor class is 11.
Fuck yeah. 16 force damage.
All right, let me see.
Maybe next time I'll take Repelling Blast. That would be fun here.
Okay. The shadow like shoots forward right below the scarecrow and shoots back up, and you see that it's a big, good, meaty hit on the scarecrow. His head is kind of like cocked as if, you know, like when someone takes someone's head in like a movie and like cracks it to kill them. It's stuck in that position, and he's just smiling at you.
Nice. All right. Let's see. So this area is difficult terrain, you said?
It is, yes.
Cool. Alright. Well, Keith will end his turn, though. You know what? Carrion could probably fight here, though Scarecrows are probably immune to poison, so maybe not. But fuck it, I'll try it. Carrion will. I'll use my bonus action to command everyone. Carrion will fly over here and invisibly peck this guy, getting advantage on the attack.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. AC is 11.
Sweet. So 6 piercing damage plus 10 poison, but I assume he's immune to poison.
That is correct.
No, better than nothing. Big blue of 5, 10, 15, 20. I guess. Let's see. I guess he'll just hold an action to Tusk Scarecrow if it comes within range.
Okay. Carrion has moved far enough that I'm going to reveal the next Scarecrow.
Oh, good to know. Finn is going to hold back for now. The Green Rock, who I haven't named yet, will go... What did I give them for speed? 20 feet?
For the rock, let me see. I have it up here. It's 20 feet, correct?
Would you say it is fair that a living rock would not have as much trouble moving through muddy terrain?
I kind of see where you're coming from. I'm not fully convinced, but
yeah, they're worth a try.
I feel bad because it's like it's a big map.
10 feet. He'll dash for another 10 feet, and then I believe he can use a bonus action to charge up. Or did I make it an action?
Charge up is an action.
Okay, in that case, he won't dash. He'll just charge. And that will end Keith's turn.
All right. I assume you would like to go before. Which scarecrow is this? The scarecrow that is here on the bottom right. Let me ping with the camera. But Julian is up.
Well, all I can really do is go 5, 10, 15, 20. And then use a dash to go 5, 10, 15, 20 again.
Okay. And then your spider friend, anything that she would like to do?
I think we're just using standard pet rules for Sniffles too, so I would have to use my bonus action to command her to do stuff. So
Okay.
I guess I don't have any reason not to have her do something right now. So I'll have her go 1, 2, 3, and action and dash to go 1, 2, 3.
All right. Next up is the scarecrow on the bottom right. He is going to, well, run, but not take the dash action necessarily yet. And we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll take the dash action, go 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Next up is, the scarecrow that's right here, already taking a beating from Carrion. It will move up towards, do I think it's, oh god, I don't think this is gonna hit Julian, so it's gonna just go for Sniffles. 5, 10,
You monster.
15, 20.
But first, he's gonna get an opportunity attack. That crits
Ooh, nice.
for 9 piercing damage.
I forgot to put your previous net 20 on the board. It'd be funny if that killed it. But unfortunately, that is not the case. It is going to do a multi-attack. It's going to like grin even wider somehow. It's going to like spread its claws wide. And it is going to try to slash twice.
Motherfucker.
With a dirty 20.
And that hits.
Dealing 7 slashing damage.
Oof.
Following that up with an 8.
Sniffles dodges masterfully.
Nice. Next up is the scarecrow here. Carrion is visible again, correct? Coming out for that attack? Yeah. Okay. This scarecrow will go 5, 10, 15, 20. And will attempt to attack Carrion. What is Carrion's AC?
Probably like 13.
13. Wait, Carrion doesn't have just like 1 health, right? Carrion's got like normal.
Nope. He's got 10 health.
Oh. Okay. Well, with a nat 1 to hit, completely like whiffs it, like steps into what it assumed was a puddle just 2 inches high. It was actually just a gaping like watery hole, and it got its like leg stuck in it, and it like hits its knee against it and misses completely. But it's gonna like right itself and try to swipe upward with a little uppercut situation. A 15.
That'll hit.
For 7 slashing damage.
I believe imps have resistance to non-magical damage.
This is where I tell you these are magical scare. No, I'm kidding. All right. Also, I need both Carrion and Sniffles to make me DC 11 wisdom saving throws.
Haha. All
right, you both succeed. These guys look kind of whack. Easily the least terrifying scarecrows you've ever seen. We are back to the top of initiative with Keith.
These are just dudes dressed up as scarecrows. Hell yeah, we can fuck them up even harder now.
Keith's gonna go 5, 10. Actually, hold on. Damn. Actually, that might work out. Keith will send his shadow to rend the already weakened Scarecrow for fucking dog shit force damage. And also dog shit force damage.
Okay, it's unfortunate about the damage of the first one, but as the second strand of shadows pierces through, this Scarecrow does slump to the ground, lifeless.
I told you, we didn't have to do this. Yeah, I'll use his bonus action to command Carrion. Carrion will, I guess, start pecking away at this one that just hit him for 7 piercing damage.
Okay, applied.
The boar will charge forward and attempt to hit the Scarecrow with a tusk attack. Let's see. Just hitting. Oh wait, he has a +3 to hit, so it would have hit.
Okay.
And since it moved at least 20 feet, it'll do a little more damage. So it'll deal 5 damage, and it has to make a DC 11 strength save or be knocked prone.
Okay. Is this magical?
Nope.
Okay. It succeeds on the save, and you feel like at least the pig feels like its blow feels like it was softened by the cushiness of what you assume is probably hay or straw inside these scarecrows.
All right.
Why don't you do that?
The rock will go 5, 10.
Wait, what did you take resistance, or what did you take resistance to?
I
for
took
Keith?
resistance to bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So he does deal some of it, for sure. But yeah, what's up?
If I remember right, the rock's charge attack lets it move up to its speed as he attacks, correct?
Can also move up to its speed before making this attack. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's correct.
Which I think still wouldn't leave it enough space.
5, 10,
So-
15, 20, 5, 10. Wait, to this one? I think. Wait, oh, did you move already?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about this difficulty. Right
So I guess he'll simply just charge again. Because I think the charge lasts until the end of his next turn.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, so he'll just set it up for the next turn. Oh, there it is. Thank you. And that'll be it for me.
Okay. Julian's up.
Alright, gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Flank with the pig. Alright.
As you step over that way, you do get a glimpse of a figure staring at you in the fog. Let me reveal, I put an aura around you as well for my benefit. This one just like gives you a little wave of its hand, like it slowly puts up an arm, just waves it side to side as you get into position over there.
Gotcha.
But you may continue with your turn.
Oh joy, another one. Alright, I will... Well, Lightning hasn't told us what the Great Sword does yet, so I'll keep attacking with my long sword.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, good. So I'm going to swing at this guy with my long sword, two-handed. 27.
Ooh, 27 hits.
It is 7 slashing damage, magical.
Mhm.
Is what mine.
Thank you, adding it.
And I will use. I forgot to declare it for the first one. I'm going to declare a reckless attack for my second attack, which
Okay.
I'm using my second attack with extra attack.
Would you not be flanking with the pig anyway?
Yeah. Thank you. I intentionally moved to go to flank and then immediately forgot. So yeah, I'm flanking. So ignore the reckless attack.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And attack again. 23.
Okay, that hits.
15 slashing damage, maximum.
Oh, that one's a good hit. You can see as you slash it open that red straw is coming out of it.
Red straw?
Red straw.
Okay. I doubt that this is the case, but I have to ask now, just in case.
That is true, given your character. Yes, go ahead.
Do these all of these scarecrows truly constructs, or are they living creatures that can bleed?
So far, these have just been constructs. That's a very good question, though, given your abilities.
Okay. Then I will use my bonus action to command Sniffles to attack this guy as well. She'll go 5, 10, 15, and she will attack this dude. Though she is not flanking.
Okay.
Bite. And she gets an 8.
Oh.
She had advantage, though. That would have been a crit.
It would have. Oh.
Disappointing. Oh well.
Nah.
It's going to be the end of my turn.
All right. Next up is, the scarecrow here, who was just attacked. This one is feeling a little cheeky and is going to turn towards Julian in an attempt to multi-attack you with a first claw strike. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. It will deal almost the highest slashing damage it could deal. Could ask you to make me a DC 11 wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Nice.
Thank God. It would have been humiliating to have to be fighted by one of these guys.
And then it's got its other hand as part of its multi-attack. It will slash at you again, and this time will whiff.
Yay.
All right, next up is the scarecrow that was just revealed by your efforts. It is going to hold its arm up and wave again. And then we'll spend its bonus action. And we'll sink into the grass, the plant, the marsh. And then it reemerges a little bit closer. It'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll take the dash action. We'll go 5, 10, 15, 20. And is right behind you and will grin evilly at you. Next.
This better be foreshadowing that Keith is going to get the ability to teleport through the ground like a piranha plant.
Next up is a creature over here. We'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll take the dash action and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll sink into the ground. And will reappear from the ground right over here. Unfortunately, it uses action. This scarecrow up here is dead, but there's one more scarecrow that takes action before Keith does. That's the one flanking Carrion with the scarecrow, not that the enemies have flanking rules.
Mm-hmm.
And it will attempt to strike Carrion with the first part of its multi-attack. I'd like a DC 11 wisdom save as you take 4 slashing damage.
You said that was Carrion?
Yes, for Carrion. And a 16 to hit.
Yep.
Another powerful blow.
Carrion's barely hanging on.
I guess I would like... Ooh.
And he's frightened.
All right. Well, that is it for that Scarecrow's turn. Keith, you and your posse are up.
All right. Keith will. Let's see. Keith will blast the weakened Scarecrow in between Julian and the pig.
Okay.
5 damage. And then 4. God damn, I'm rolling shit for these Shadow Strike.
Those are rough. I wish I could say that you leveled this one right here and now, but it is still hanging on despite being below a quarter health.
All right. Bonus action. Command Carrion. Carrion is going to turn invisible.
Okay.
And 5, 10, 15, 20. Gonna fly away. I guess the boar is gonna try and finish off. This scarecrow. He's flanking with Julian. Yeah, he hits. So he deals 5 non-magical damage.
It's non-magic. Oh. All right. Well, I guess I am indicating it with this.
Of course. All right. You know what? The rock is gonna go 5, 10, and then unleash its charge to go 5, 10, and slam into it.
All right. Well,
Like a 17 or something to hit.
okay.
Oh, it's more than that.
That connects.
He deals like let's see.
Let's see. 1d4, 1d4, 1d4 plus 2, 1d4, 2d6.
Holy shit, those rolls! It's if only it were against an enemy that had more than 1 HP.
Oh, let's see. Piercing, bludgeoning. So despite the fact that, you know, your blow is softened by the blood red straw coming out of it, it has 1 health, and so it falls to the rock.
The rock like sprints to here and then like revs up its feet and starts like spraying mud behind it like it's a fucking car and just smashes into it.
Nice.
And I guess that'll be the end of Keith's turn. Sin will provide emotional support.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was there. All right.
He's dancing or some shit.
All right, Julian and Sniffles are up next. You see 3 living creatures around.
They're living creatures suddenly, huh?
Aren't constructs also anyway, they're still constructs, but good question.
If they were considered living, then I'd be getting my Fiore points from them. Lightning.
I know.
Yeah. I'm gonna attack this one behind me. Longsword strike.
That
26,
connects.
14 slashing damage.
Oh, meaty. Applied.
And another one.
That hits.
Another 10 slashing damage.
With that, you're able to bring it below half. It, like, you see that as you slash it, like, you kind of, like, hit its head in a way that its mouth flap falls down. And when you slash it again, its mouth flap falls off and it, like, puts it back on its face and it's in the frowning position now.
Nice.
Wait. Let me do the math here. Yep, below half. Nice. It's still up, but it is no longer smug.
Okay. Gonna command Sniffles to go 5, 10, 15. Start the process of. And she's gonna attack. Quit.
Ooh, nice.
That is 9 non-magical piercing damage.
Okay. Let me apply that right here. It is a shame that it is immune to both Carrion's poison and Sniffles' poison.
Yeah.
That is not a planned encounter on my end.
Mhm.
And it is still up, but according to my math, it is below a quarter. Anything else from you two?
Nope.
Okay. The scarecrow that's on its last legs is like holding its side as more of the straw is leaving. It will spend its bonus action and disappear into the ground, which, let me check something. Attack of opportunity. As it sinks into the ground, you both get an attack of opportunity on it.
Woohoo! 23.
No, let Sniffles do it first.
20 from Sniffles for 9 more non-magical piercing.
I will let you decide which of you hit first.
Is Sniffles able to bring it down with that damage?
Yes.
She is?
Yes. Wait. Oh, she's not magical. Sorry. No.
Yeah. Well, then I guess I'll have Julian attack first. So that is 7 magical slashing damage from Julian.
Okay, that literally puts it at 1 health.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, then Sniffles gets to finish it off with, as it burrows underground, she sinks her fangs into about like the midpoint of its face, and as it like continues to go underground, it just tears its own head off.
Ooh.
That kicks ass.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Julian pats Sniffles.
Nice.
Good call.
All right. Well, that scarecrow's dead, but the other one up here is going to sink into the ground. Is not going to trigger attacks of opportunity from anyone.
Coward. Maybe it should have. Should have gone out of its way to do so.
Will emerge here next to Keith. And will try to attack you with its multi-attack. This time, this one's a little bitey. And it's going to try
Ooh.
to sink its teeth into you. With a 14 that I'll assume
That
misses. And then it will try to headbutt you. And will miss also. Next up is the scarecrow that's across the water. Is going to sink down into the ground. We'll merge here next to Keith.
Huh.
And we'll try to multi-attack you. This time it will take its hand and ball it into a fist. And try to sock you right in the gut.
Let-
This one will deal 8 bludgeoning damage to you.
Just halved.
And then it will take its elbow and kind of like ram it into your ribs. Oh. We are back at the top of initiative with Keith and the crew. Take it away.
Keith will attempt to take a step back, provoking opportunity attacks from both of them.
Okay. Let me do the top one first with an 11 and then the bottom one with a 19.
Oh, no hit.
The bottom one will deal 5 attempted damage to you as you get away from its grasp.
Is that still bludgeoning damage?
The bottom one, I think, is piercing damage, actually. Because
Gotcha.
it was using its mouth.
He'll step back and blast to the bottom one.
Oh my god.
For another god fucking shit roll.
It kind of like tanks it. Like there's like dust that comes off of it as you strike. It's still above half. With this, though, it is also still above half.
Let's see. Let's see. He'll use his bonus action to. Nah, no need for bonus action. Actually, wait. Do I get those back on short or long rest? Let me check. Long rest. Okay, yeah, I'll save it. Carrion doesn't really have much to do right now. He doesn't want to die, so the boar will charge up here and attempt to topple over this top guy. Actually, no, he'll target the bottom one.
Okay. Did to make a strength save?
That hit? I don't think it does. It just hits, actually.
Nice.
So, yes, hold on. He does have to make a strength save. So, 8 non-magical damage, and then he has to make a strength save. He passes. The rock will then move 5, 10, and he'll use his action to charge up.
Okay.
And I've decided the rock's name is Grocko.
Nice.
And the pig's name, I'll name it Freddy.
Cute. All right.
And that'll end it for me.
All right. And Julian and Snuffles are up. You see 2 foes left before you. One is looking rough. The other is in tip-top shape.
Right, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Go 1, 2. Yeah, there's no way I can do that otherwise. Okay, so I'll go heal and attack the one that's in rough shape. Ta-ta! 22.
22 will hit.
13 slashing.
Ooh, that's a really good hit. It's not down, but it's almost out.
Alright, and 15 slashing to finish it off.
That one drops it for sure.
Yay! I'll have Sniffles go 1, 2, 3. And 4, 5, 6. That's gonna be an end of all time.
All right, there's one scarecrow left. It's like looking around, seeing it's the only one left. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 people. I'm starting with Sin and going clockwise. It is going for the pig. It's going for Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
This one was the one who was elbowing people, but he's gonna open his mouth wide. He looks hungry. And he, I assume, misses.
Natural armor 11.
He is just as knowable as a scarecrow.
Yep.
The scarecrow, like, takes its, like, fingers and sharpens its teeth a little bit more, and it'll try again. The 21.
That'll hit.
It'll deal 4 damage to Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn the round back over to Keith.
Alright. Keith's gonna start blasting, and by blasting I mean sending a shadow out. Another crit!
Oh my gosh.
More mediocre damage.
Okay. Yeah, you find the weak point and you hit it, but softened by the blow of the straw. The 12 does hit. I'll apply that. Now you see you're starting to make some progress on this guy. He's starting to look a little bit limper. Less filling him out for sure. But he's still up.
Alright. Freddy's going to attack. It's just a regular one since he doesn't have room to charge. And an 8 plus 3 is 11, so it hits.
Nice, just barely.
6 non-magical damage.
Okay.
Grocko is gonna charge in. 2d20 plus, what did I give him per attack? Plus 4, I think.
For
Yep.
Grocko, yeah, it's a +4.
That'll be, yep, that'll hit. So that's d6 plus 2d4 plus 2. 12 non-magical physical damage.
Okay.
It's a mixture of bludgeoning and piercing. And then, what the hell? Then we'll walk up and try and rake him.
Sure. 11 AC.
I don't even think they have. Let's see, what do they have? Like, let's just roll. Okay, well now we have to check. I think it misses.
Awaken Shrub.
Yeah, it's like a +1 or +2.
It is a plus
+1 to hit. Damn.
I really thought Sin was going to come in and steal the kill, but it seems that is not the case.
I mean, it only deals 1 damage anyway. Well, 1d4 minus 1 damage, so unlikely to non-magical. So, you know what? Carrion's gonna fly in and invisibly
24 will hit.
4 non-magical. Wait, 4 non-magical piercing damage.
Oh, magical.
Oh wait, no. Attacks count as magical because of one of my invocations.
All right, well, why don't you describe to us how Carrion is taking down the last scare? Oh, it's the second to last scarecrow, technically, as you're here.
From the dark, from the ether, Carrion appears and just says, "I'm gonna turn you into a nest," and just starts ripping out his rod of his torso.
Nice. All right, and I will declare you all victorious.
Yay!
With a new nest in tow, the last of the hostile scarecrows falls limp, and you are surrounded by marsh. And only marsh once again.
Progress. I think.
No, those guys weren't that scary. Good work, team.
You okay, Sniffles? Julian pets all on the head.
Cute.
All right, I gotta take a quick break because
Okay.
I gotta go check on the chicken.
Okay, works for me. All right, and we're back. The scarecrows are gone forever. Your path forward is blocked no longer. Would you like to keep going, or were those scarecrows too scary and it's time to turn back?
No, let's get out of
I'm
here.
going home.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume you're gonna keep progressing forward, and I'm gonna take you to the next map. But for now, it's just gonna be basically Theater of the Mind. But I'm gonna go ahead and set the stage on this new map, where you should see everyone on the top left of the map.
This map has a very different vibe from the rest of the campaign so far.
That is true. Anyway. Let's see, where are we? 6. Okay. So it sure is swampy out here. As you progress and walk farther in, you don't see any more scarecrows. There might be some buzzing like insects around. Let me see what else is going on here. The water is like, all the ground is kind of gross. It's kind of like the whole thing is mud. Wonderful. What else is going elements wise? It's supposed to be mud and knee-high water. Oh, swarms of flies. That's what it is. That's what the insects are. So you'll like see clouds of them throughout. But as you all are walking, can I ask for active perception checks? Oh, wow. Those are good. Let's see. You see that off in the distance, there seemed to be some sort of buildings. You do see some people walking around the buildings. The people closest to you in particular, there seem to be two women standing guard at the entrance to this conglomeration of buildings, and one of them sees you in the fog, alerts her fellow compatriot, and they are both watching you intently as you are trekking through.
This lady and her wife is giving us the stink eye.
Wonder if they have the skull.
Didn't really occur to me that those might be the witches. Well, it's time to go hate crime someone, I guess.
Hate crime
Cracks and
time.
Not sure that's what that is.
Let me look this up real quick. Hate crime. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's on page 153 of the player's handbook.
So I guess I lied when I said this is Theater of the Mind, as there are the women stationed right here at the... Oh my gosh, where'd the other one go? Hold on. I said the women stationed on the map are at the very bottom. And if you want to go hate crime them or whatever, you feel free to move in that direction. Don't worry about the fact there's water to jump over. I don't care.
These two women down here have very different art styles.
That is correct.
All right, we descend upon them.
I'm glad I had the camera like set here as you descended upon them.
They are ripped to shreds by the combination of animals and flora, fauna, and mineral.
All right. Hold on, let me pull y'all back over here real quick.
The force, all forces of nature, life and undeath.
So this woman will step forward and she'll say, "Halt! Go no further."
Why?
You're not allowed here.
Well, you have something that doesn't belong to you.
How dare you? What could you possibly be looking for in the swamps of Berez?
The skull of Argynvostholt.
A skull? Why are you guys looking for a skull? That's kind of weird. Isn't that kind of weird? She turns to her wife.
Cannon.
Well, there's no skull here, that's for sure.
I believe him.
You can roll insight if you like. You sense there's something she's not telling you.
Okay, well, where is the skull then?
I told you, there's no skull here. Now go. Go back to... Wait. Actually, what does your outfit look like again, Keith?
He's dressed like a scarecrow, like a plaid shirt. Just like pretty standard pants.
Okay, all right. Here's how I'll play this then. So she's like, "Wait, aren't you one of ours?" She turns to Julian. You, get out of here.
But no.
Yes, I'm one of yours.
You didn't tell me when could they like you hear her mumbling under her breath.
Yeah, take this one back.
So she'll step up to you like 10 feet and she'll say, "All right, well, go kick that guy out. Do your job." She like looks at you and with I think the word I'm looking for is incredulity. She's like, "All right, go do your job, you know, I don't pay you for nothing."
I don't pay you nothing for nothing.
Exactly.
All right, I have an idea. Follow me.
Alright, so probably... I guess Sniffles will come too.
We'll go out of sight, and then we'll just be like, well, let's just disguise ourselves as the scarecrows.
Yeah, fair enough. Seems fairly reasonable.
And then we come back.
Disguised as scarecrows. I guess I'll leave Sniffles behind this time.
Okay, so to recap, Julian is disguised as a scarecrow. Keith is
I am now also disguised as, like, I now look more like the scarecrows that we fought before.
okay, and then what about the other people?
They're just still just standing there, I guess.
Okay.
I guess
We
we'll
don't have
probably be told to, like, usher them away. So I guess these three will stay back. Carrion will be invisible with me as usual, with his 1 health left.
Give me just a sec. Okay. So you return both in scarecrow mode, scarecrow form. This lady steps up again. She'll kind of like step here while this other lady will step here. She'll say, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" She crosses her arms.
We were told to retrieve the skull of Argynvostholt.
That's actually what you're saying.
I don't know. I didn't think this through.
I didn't think I'd get this from Julian face.
She'll say,
So yeah, sure, fuck it.
oh, all right. Sure. Let's. Can you roll me persuasion?
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
she asked a question despite the fact that she herself says that that we're not supposed to be able to speak.
She did mumble something like that under her breath. She'll say, "Huh. It's not the kind of order I expected her to give you. What do I care?" She'll like step to the side, leaving one additional guards person in your way. This one looks a little less, I'm just gonna be honest, a little less gullible. She also has her arms crossed and she's looking at you two like squinting.
Come on, you don't want to make her mad, do you?
You're telling her that she shouldn't make her wife mad. Damn, that's pretty good. Can you roll me another persuasion check?
With advantage because I want it.
By like, nodding along at the idea of like you don't want to make them mad. Like,
Julian just pointing at her like, oh, look at how scary she is.
So this lady,
I think the idea is that we're like the whole in this situation. I think we're referring to like a separate third person.
Yeah, because this one on the right was like, that's not the order I would expect her to give, which implied to keep anyway that there's some third higher power that.
Yeah, that's the idea that I got too, because like she obviously didn't give it, but if she gave the order, then wouldn't she just ask about that? So like, I'm also of the mindset that like there's got to be just someone else involved here.
Very good deductive reasoning. All right. So the second lady, she doesn't seem particularly convinced, but she doesn't want anyone to get angry. You know, she grew up in a household which causes, you know, the way she acts, the way that she is to hold herself in a manner where she's conflict avoidance. That's something that she's been working on with her therapist. So she's like, you see, she's starting to sweat a little, like she's like anime sweating, but she's not convinced yet.
Hmm.
Come on, at least do it for us. You see the last scarecrows that pissed her off?
Ooh.
Go check the swamp if you don't believe us, or the river, whatever.
All right. Can I ask for one? Oh, all right. I'll let.
That was with advantage.
Yes,
because,
you can have an advantage since you're both. Okay.
helping
Okay.
me on
So she lifts up an eyebrow. Yeah, and you'll see she'll take her wrist and kind of flick it into position where she's holding up an orb, and you see from I guess from all sides of the orb, it's like panning out over the swampland where you all had first shown up, and then like it's just panning over the destroyed bodies of the however many scarecrows you had fought.
Mm-hmm.
She looks over at her wife like with a facial expression. She doesn't say anything, but she's like, "Did you do this?" Um, Wait, by her, you don't. Who are you referring to? We're referring to this lady,
I
up there?
don't know.
Or were you
theoretical
the theoretical third person? Okay, I see. Okay. So she's like panning over, and she'll say, "Oh, this does look like her handiwork." Hmm. She like flicks her hand closed, and she'll say, "All right, in you go," and she'll step to the side.
I don't do that, but sucker.
All right, let me reveal. You know what? Yeah, let me reveal a little bit more. I'm over back here. All right, you've successfully entered this what appears to be a village. You'll see a few more women who don't have tokens wandering around. You know, perhaps one is tending to a fire, cooking something. Perhaps another one is doing laundry of sorts. But there is one lady who catches your eye, not just because she has like important NPC energy about her, but because she is watching you both as you enter.
Not just because she has important NPC energy, but also because she has a token.
Oh man, is this the third lady?
You don't want to piss those other two ladies off. The mythical thawed wife. Okay, we've alluded to this wife multiple times already. Like we can't like allude to the other two. She might ask about it.
Mm. While she goes to ask, though, we could go get it.
So
All right, this lady, I'll say she's kind of like she's like seated under this tree. She's got a book in her hand, and she like raises an eyebrow as you approach. She's looking directly at you, but she doesn't say anything.
Could you point us toward the skull of Argynvostholt?
oh my god.
She'll say, "There's a bold question you have for me. Well, maybe I shouldn't say I'm surprised you made it in. You must know that if it were anyone else, they would have attacked you on sight here."
Yeah.
You should probably go before someone realizes who you are.
Do you know who we are?
I know that you're not welcome here. This place is a refuge for people who are lost, who have been kicked out of their homes, who are otherwise ostracized by society. But you two seem like you're looking for something and not necessarily someone.
This is true.
Yes.
So I will say, if you're not in need of shelter, then you should probably go.
We will happily leave with the skull.
That's
It was taken from the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Yeah.
It was taken from the implication is that Argynvostholt was the leader, right? Or like the
yes, that's great.
Yeah. The skull of my order's people was taken from him without their permission.
Oh, right. I forgot you joined that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And it's
skull.
very important to them.
Well, I'm not quite sure what to say. How recent was this?
Were we told how recent it was?
Well, the theft?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The theft?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the implication is that it has to have been a fucking like while now, because like the let's see, what was it? The undead don't seem to be a recent thing, but it's the lack of that skull that is making the like soldiers rise as the undead. So the theft had to have been a fucking while now.
Perhaps.
Okay.
That was my idea anyway.
Okay. All right. So she'll say, yes, it's a shame that your order lost such a thing. But they probably lost it a long time ago. You know, some sort of like statute of limitations are up and it's not theirs anymore.
What use do you have for it? Without it, they've become cursed.
They're still, what, alive over there?
Yeah, unfortunately for some of them.
Well, look, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just here trying to tend to my sisters and daughters here.
You don't have to do anything. Just tell us where it is.
Mother will get upset if I so much as help you. The fact that I'm talking to you right now.
Will she know?
She knows a lot. I have time for one more question before I strongly encourage you to leave. And as she says that, you'll see that a few of the women who are around doing laundry and such, like the one who was like cooking over the pot, you'll see that she's reaching for perhaps a tool that isn't a kitchen implement that isn't really good for stirring stew. You'll see the lady doing laundry has stopped doing laundry. She's taking her little like thing that you like rub the laundry against, whatever that thing is called. It's like that board.
Washing board?
Yeah, she's taking the washing board and gripping it tightly.
All right, I understand you can't tell us. What if you just happen to glance in the direction that we definitely shouldn't go because the skull is there and you wouldn't want anything to happen to it?
You can roll.
You don't have to say a thing.
You can roll me a persuasion check, but this one's at disadvantage.
That makes sense. Ooh.
Okay, 13 is not bad. Let me reveal a little bit more of the map. Because you have your village. There is also a point of interest over there.
Didn't realize how big this map was. Holy shit.
All right, so she'll say, I can do no such thing. She gestures towards. I know you're chuckling because I reveal portions of the map, but she points towards the direction you came from, towards the gates.
The gates meaning where we saw those two, or like the top of the map?
But both, like the top left of the map. Like basically, she's still pointing that.
Okay.
Like, yeah, over. Just she's pointing out basically.
Does it give the impression that she's telling us the skull is around this area, or does it give the impression that she's just still telling us to fuck off?
The latter.
Okay.
All right.
If it adds a little bit more urgency to the matter, the undead who sent us here know the location of the skull, and it's only a matter of time before you have undead soldiers at your gates instead of 2 friendly travelers.
Would you like to roll intimidation at disadvantage?
If I were to say, I don't know, use. Never mind.
She'll say, I'd like to see them try. We welcome a challenge.
Ooh. All right, plan B. I'll whisper to Julian.
Julian, clearly like irritated at this point, just kind of says vaguely under his breath to Keith, "That sounds like an invitation to me."
he laughs. Let's just do these two appear? Are they looking at us, or are they facing the other way?
They're looking at you.
Fuck. All right, time to leave.
Why are we leaving exactly?
Because once we're out of sight, well, first of all, we can probably disguise ourselves as something else. I'll disguise myself as like one of the witches I saw walking around.
You have 2 choices. There's an older lady, not older. She looks like she's between the ages of 30 and 38, and then there's another lady who looks like she's between the ages
ancient.
of 15 and 24. If you have a preference between the
That's
two.
a hell of a range, but I'll go with the older lady.
Okay. Actually, there's 2 ladies that look like they're between the ages of like 28 and 35, 37. One has brown hair, the other has red hair.
Red hair.
Red hair it is. Okay. So I
Can
guess...
you disguise us? What?
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Then Julian can disguise as another one. But hopefully, these disguises won't matter. Because I'm just going to cast invisibility on this. Now cast it at level 3, so that it affects both of us.
Okay.
All right. Now we search. So we're gonna head back, or I assume Julian following me. And I'll probably go on the right side so that I don't have to avoid bumping into them.
Okay.
Oh god, there's so many fucking houses to check.
Oh no, he's adding more tokens.
Oh, it's just the tokens for the ladies that I mentioned going
Oh,
around.
nice. Fire Emblem looking characters.
Sure.
But they have tokens now. That means that they can fight. But they don't have anime tokens, which means that they're not that important. I swear, I've seen this exact picture before, but I have no idea where.
Oh, which one?
The one for the first wife.
First wife. Oh yeah,
I think Lighting's used it before.
yeah. That's the druid lady from Journey's. No, not Journey's. The zoo. One shot behind the house. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized I can do, because communicating while invisible and stealthing is normally hard. I'll have Carrion ride on Julian's shoulder. I can communicate with Carrion telepathically. So, and then Carrion can whisper to him.
Okay.
And vice versa. So we can thus communicate and not and split our ground.
Mhm.
So I guess I'll check in here. You can check in there.
Go.
All right, you both can roll me investigation checks.
So since I'm going to be doing a lot of these, I might as well ask now: is perception okay?
Perception is fine. Okay, so Julian does not discover anything in particular. Keith, you discover that this appears to be someone's home, complete with like cot, a few belongings, a few things good for like cooking. No one's home, but it's someone's home.
Gotcha.
As you both make your way off this bridge, you'll notice that there's a few things going on here. So it's not readily available from the map, but first of all, a dozen moss-covered menhirs form a near-perfect circle in the spongy earth. These weathered stones range in height from, they range in height, and a couple of them lean inward as if to share some great secret with their inscrutable neighbors. At the center of this area, in addition to the stones, you see what appears to be a cemetery, despite the fact that there aren't gravestones listed on here. There's also a statue. Elevated a few feet above the surrounding marsh is this raised plot of land. In the center of the plot is a life-sized stone monument carved in the likeness of a kneeling peasant girl clutching a rose. Although her features are gray and weather-worn, she bears a striking resemblance to Irina. Carved into the monument's base is an epitaph.
Irina was that our companion?
Yeah, that was the one that you took, I believe, to Valaki, to the Church of St. Andrel from the village of Barovia.
Interesting. What's the epitaph say?
If you would like to get closer, you could take a look.
Sure, where is it? Oh, is it here?
Yeah, it's right there. Oh, there's another lady milling about. She's you see she's tending to the gravestone. She's kind of like brushing them off with a broom made of reeds. The epitaph reads as follows: Marina taken by the mists.
Irina's long-lost grandmother.
That would make sense. All right.
I'd love to
Brian.
ask about the mists, but I guess we can't do that anymore.
I'll check out this house.
All right.
I'll check out this one.
Go on and give me your respective perception or investigation checks.
12.
15.
12 and 15. Okay. So Julian, you find that this seems to be a larger meeting hall. There's like a fire pit in the middle. There is a cauldron set over it. And there's a series of chairs and two long tables, one on the left, one on the right. There are a few more women who are milling about in here, but otherwise, it doesn't seem like anything important is happening at the moment. As for Keef's 15, in this room, in this building, you see that it is similar to the other abodes, but this one has a few cribs. There's 2 cribs in here, as if this is probably meant to be for, well, taking care of the youngins.
Are there any youngins in here right now?
There are no youngins in there right now.
Darn.
Good question, though.
Would have been useful hostages.
Yes. All right.
Give us the skull or we kill like 15 babies. Go investigate this house.
All right, go ahead and give me the roll for that one. Okay, a 14. And then Keep, which house are you going for next?
Sorry. I'll go for this one.
Okay. So as expected, this one, Keef, seems to be a little bit of a boat staging area. There's a variety of also some like aquatic crafts that are in various like states of construction. Like there's some like finished little boats. There's some like both medium size and on the smaller size for like, you know, the kids to play with. A lot of raw materials in here, but unfortunately you don't find anything that would direct you towards or that would be a skull. As for Julian, in this building over here, it seems to be a storage room. There's a lot of stuff in here. Can you give me one additional perception or investigation check?
5.
I will say, while there's a lot of stuff in here, there's nothing that seems like it would house or be a giant dragon skull.
Sorry, I was reading the thing that Brad posted. Could you repeat that for me?
Oh, there's nothing in here that would hold or looks like it would be a giant dragon skull.
Oh, okay. Do any of the babies' cribs resemble giant dragon skull? Which is the one that that Keith just checked out? Is it the one you're staying at?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the one he's at.
I'll check this one
investigate this one next.
All right, you can both go ahead and give me some rolls.
Oh,
21.
All right, a 21 is good. So while the building that Julian was looking at is pretty empty, Keith, as you step into this one, you actually see a few different things. The first thing you see is you see a small child playing in here. There's like a little girl. She looks like she's about 8, 9, or 10. I'm pretty bad with these ages. She's just like playing by herself with a doll that kind of looks like a vampire. It's got like sharp teeth, got like long dark hair. There's like red thread coming from the teeth. In addition to the child being in here, there's a few various boxes that, again, this looks like it's I guess a storage facility of some sort.
But no sign of the skull.
Can you give me an Arcana check?
Ooh. No.
Okay. Yeah, no sign of the skull, but you'll see that the kid has pulled out, in addition to the vampire doll she's playing with, she now has like a tiny felt skull that she is playing with. She like takes the vampire, puts the vampire on the skull, and it's kind of like surfing along the boxes, kind of like a skateboard, I guess. Yeah, Tony Hawk's pro skater moment.
Okay. While invisible, I will ask the child, where's the bigger version of that skull?
Huh? The kid like looks around. Daddy, is that
Don't-
you?
Yes.
Well, why do you sound so different?
I have a cold.
Oh. Can you roll me a persuasion check? Okay. From there, actually, Julian, you can hear Keith having some lying to a child. Just say, "Oh, okay. Sorry, Daddy. What was your question again?"
Where's the bigger version of that skull? Kind of a big dragony looking skull.
Oh, yeah. Mother has it.
And Mother looks like... No, don't say that. What color hair does the kid have?
The kid has brown hair.
Okay. Does she bear passing resemblance to any of the witches I've walked past so far?
Oh, that's a good question. Can you roll me history?
Sure.
She does not look like she resembles any of the witches that you've passed.
Mhm.
I think you're taking the mother thing too literally.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think mother is just like the name of the boss lady here.
That might be right. And just so I know you've been paying attention, where is she?
Oh, well, oh, right. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time. You probably don't know where Mother's house is. It's that direction. And she points towards the northeast.
Oh, in the black spaces we haven't been to yet.
Yes.
Incredible.
But
Thank you.
specifically the one that's across this bridge up here.
This one?
Yes, that one.
Gotcha. Thank you. I'm very proud of you.
She squints a little. And as you walk away, you'll hear her say, "I've never heard you say those words before."
Oh.
Joke's on you, idiot. My dad's incredibly abusive.
Well, cross that bridge. No, we won't. Let's go. All right, I think I know where we're heading. Northeast.
Right.
As you pass by, you see that the lady has moved from brushing the gravestones to kind of like taking in the statue.
God, she's eating the statue.
She's
Call me
absorbing the statue.
mouthful mode.
God, I'm glad I asked that kid. Would have never fucking found this.
It was a vague shroud over the whole location. You know, I never even noticed this tree before. Or this other house.
All right.
Or the 20-foot tall night hag in the corner. Man, how do we even miss this one?
You think that's the house she meant, or is it this tiny one over here?
Probably the tiny one. Is the house that she was talking about behind this weird big bone thing?
The one that has a sign with a picture of the skull on it that says Skull Museum.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Actually, like they don't even use it for an actual. It's literally a tourist attraction. And they turn all the tourists away.
All right. Before I perhaps take you all to the next map, how are you all on time?
do admittedly have other things that I wanted to do tonight. Are we like going into a big scene or a big fight? Are we going into something?
Going into something. I'm trying to figure out if it's gonna be. Figure out how it's gonna play out. But
if you're thinking it would go until like 3, I would admittedly rather not do it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if it's like,
I think I know how to play it out then. What I'm going to do is, if combat were to ensue, we'll call it. But if it doesn't, it'll probably just be like 10 more minutes.
That sounds good.
fine by me.
Right.
Getting hungry, and we have pizza, and my mom bought us creme brulee earlier.
Oh, heck yeah. That sounds awesome. All right. So, pay no attention to the map for now, but someone has built a ramshackle wooden hut on the stump of what was once an enormous tree. The rotting roots of the stump thrust up from the mire like the legs of a gigantic spider. An open doorway is visible on one side of the hut, beneath which is the upside-down, hollowed-out skull of what appears to be a dragon. Flanking the hut's doorway are 2 iron cages that dangle like hideous ornaments from the eaves. Scores of ravens are trapped in each one. They squawk and flutter their wings excitedly as you approach. Let me take you to the next map. Which you cannot see.
I'm blind.
Let me make a copy. Turn off Fog of War. Turn on Fog of War. Oh, you know what? Yeah, what's up?
So the question at this point becomes: Are the ravens, are these ravens trapped here, and thus they can't get back to our good zombie friend, whose name I forget, Godfrey? Or are the ravens at Godfrey's place actually walking for the witches, and he just doesn't know? Can't wait to find out. A surprising number of people here who I'm just like, man, I don't remember who this person is at all.
There we go.
I guess it's actually just that one guy. I just don't know who this one dude is. Wow, that skull is fucking big.
Holy shit. How do we get that out of here?
Bag of holding. Next question.
We don't have one, do we?
Nope.
Wait, hold
That
on.
was your next question. I'm sorry, is she just using the fucking skull as a step to get into her goddamn house?
Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person. We're good.
Just pick it up, carry it off.
So are we waiting on Lighten to find something, or?
Nope, but y'all are good to go. Take it away.
She's just been using it as a fucking accessibility ramp.
I respect the audacity, but it ends now.
What if we were to break it up into smaller pieces for ease of transportation? Do you think we need the lower jaw too? Or...
Yeah, I mean, surely 98% of the skull would be fine, which means there's an acceptable percentage that would still work. So like, 51% is probably fine, right?
We have more of the skull than we have it missing, so it's good.
Yeah, it's like dollar bills. If you have at least 51% of it, it counts as currency or something like that.
If a dude handed me 51% of a dollar bill at my hotel, I would like I would assume that he was joking and hand it back and say, "I'm sorry, I cannot
Nice.
accept this." At least find the other 49% and tape them back together.
You can turn in 51% of a dollar bill, I think, to the bank, and they'll give you
Oh, that's what I'm
a
thinking
fresh
of,
one.
perhaps.
Well, I guess people just ask, can you carry this, or do you need help, or...
I can certainly try. 18 strength. Let's find out. Can I carry this lightning?
No.
Can we carry this?
Huh. What is the weight that D&D characters can carry?
A surprising amount. What is it, like 5 times your strength value or something?
By default, your carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15.
By 15?
Let me look up your scores.
Standard.
Actually, what are your strength scores then while I pull up calculator?
10.
18.
10 and 18.
I can carry 270 pounds worth of bullshit, and I'm currently carrying 47.5 pounds, so I can carry another 222.5 pounds of bullshit.
Okay. I have determined that you
down at 22.
both cannot, even working together, you cannot lift the skull.
Sick.
Bullshit.
And we... Hold on, because there's other values for being able to, like, push and drag shit. You can
We're
push...
invisible, the skull is invisible, but it's also, like, creating a massive, like, path behind us.
You can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity, so 30 times your
Ooh.
strength score.
Okay. So you said it was 10 and 18, right?
Yeah.
If you... Hold on. Actually, was it 30? Who's it? 18. 18 times 30. If... Okay, Julian's the stronger one, right? With 18.
Yes.
Yes.
Julian can push the skull. Drag or lift.
Incredible.
Well, you can push, drag, or... What? Lift.
Incredible.
Twice.
Does the book actually say how much it weighs?
It doesn't, but what was it? My other group literally did this one like a week and a half ago, so I had to look up how much. I had to look up a lot of different sites. Say it was great because one person said that a dragon skull would be like less than 500, which is bag of holding weight. Someone said it would be more than 500, and someone said it would be more or less than. There were like 3 different tiers of varying results.
Does the book not address how the players are supposed to get this fucking skull back?
I can neither confirm nor deny any allegations at this time.
Incredible. Okay. Technically, Carrion can help with his strength score of 6.
Oh, I can tell you how the first party took care of it. If you remember on the map, when I tell you hold on, if you remember on this map, if you look to the, where did I put the? I denote like where the other parties are with little icons. Does this icon over here look familiar to you all? This dog.
Yeah, I think you've shown it to us before.
Yeah, it's one of the laser puppies from Star Wars.
That's exactly correct. One of the laser puppies from Star Wars: Forces of Evil, which is how the token that we use for the paladin's giant steed or large steed or whatever it is, fine steed, and thanks to their giant Star versus the Forces of Evil laser puppy, they were able to take care of the skull. I cannot tell you how the second group took care of the skull yet, but let me take you all back to this map.
I like to imagine that the game developers had no idea for a solution. They were like, the players are weird. They'll figure something out.
If we had enlarge, that would probably help.
This is where Sniffles comes in with her true size, being like, okay, I'm large, which means I can do this. Just like picks it up, puts it on her shoulder, walks away.
Sure, but her strength score is lower than mine.
She's large.
Okay, so the good news is it says you can push, drag, or lift a weight in pounds up to twice your carrying capacity. But the distinction with lifting is while pushing or dragging weight in excess of your carrying capacity, your speed drops to 5 feet.
I think it's meaning like lift as in like, people who do the what is that jerking thing, the clean and jerk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
no
you're
idea
right.
what you're talking about.
All right. Well, so did you say if we're both working together, we can push it?
No, you said that I alone can.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I did the math, and at first I thought you need both of like Keith for sure needs Julian to help out, but Julian apparently can do it alone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's the clean and jerk. It's like the thing where they have the thing on the ground and then they like put it where the weights start on the ground and then they have to get it above them.
Isn't that just called deadlifting?
I think there's a hold on, let me see. Versus clean and I'm kind of curious. I don't know what the deadlift is performed with body weight behind the bar. You can pull our shoulders over the bar. I know there's a difference. I don't know what it is right now.
Regardless, I think we're on the same page that lifting refers to picking something up, but not necessarily moving with it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well.
So I just have to push this thing all the way back to Argynvostholt while my speed is reduced to 5 feet per round.
You can dash.
So about that, I think here, let me show you where you are on the map.
Is it reduced to 5 feet, or is it reduced by 25 feet?
It is reduced to 5 feet.
That sucks.
So it is at least it's 1.6 plus 1.3, so that's 2.9. This is like 3.1 because you have to get it. You cannot get it up this hill unless you do some sort of magic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be a little difficult, I will say, but not impossible.
Okay, well, thank God neither of us need to fucking sleep or eat, I guess. Let's go.
Yeah, that is true. I will help, assuming we make it. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get to work. First of all, let's see if we can just get out of this, like, the vicinity first.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start pushing.
Okay. Can you just give me a strength check to see just how well it's starting off?
Yeah, no problem. I guess I should just be assisting Julian here.
Okay, yeah. So I'll go ahead and take Julian's roll at advantage.
And for the sake of this, would athletics work?
Yeah, athletics would work.
I'm assuming you're good at that. Hey!
Nice. Okay. As you make contact with the skull, the door swings open.
Son of a bitch.
Revealing a lady who's looking around. She'll say, "What's going on out here?"
Oh my fucking
The
god.
skull just runs away.
You look inside and you see that there are some runes that are glowing on the inside of the skull. Now, she can't see you all, or at least if she can, she's not acting like it. Is there anything you all would like to do right now? As she's like scanning around, she'll like hop down from her perch/porch. She's like sniffing around. She takes a hand and she like rubs it along the top of the skull. And she like holds the fingers up to her nose and she's like sniffing.
Nah, I guess I'll just like continue to avoid her for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, like if she moves over like this way, you kind of like move around. Yeah, she'll like sniff on this side. Okay, can you both roll me stealth checks?
At advantage for being invisible, right?
I believe so, yes. But I probably just failed anyway.
Well, at least for being visibly detected, sure. Okay.
Uh-oh.
But it's okay. Actually, I think I've been instructed that the sound of the birds in the cages help with sneak, like her not being able to hear you because they're squawking still. Actually, when she steps out, the raven starts squawking even louder at her, and you hear her say, "Pipe down, pipe down." And before long, sensing that nothing is amiss, she'll use the skull as a bit of like a platform for her to step onto here for. She looks out one more time. Can you both roll me active perception checks?
At advantage for something,
For
right?
being invisible right now.
Advantage for being invisible, exactly.
All right, Keith. Well, I will let you see the last scene of the session. Let me just make sure I'm reading the right thing. Keith, you're over there. Let me just reveal a little bit of the room. She opens the door. All right. So you can imagine that you get a brief glimpse of two things. In the middle of the room, it seems to be just the edge of a wooden crib. But you could have sworn you saw on the back left, nailed to the ceiling with iron rods that are bent at the ends to keep the body from sliding off, is, well, a body nailed to the ceiling. And before long, she goes back in, closes the door, and you all can get back to business moving the skull.
Do I recognize the body?
I think it is highly unlikely that you recognize the body.
Dad?
You can roll history if you would like, but it would have to be absurdly high, I will tell you. Okay? Nope.
With advantage because I'm invisible.
All right. But yeah, with that, you all can get back to taking care of the skull next time. And maybe you can do something with the body. You don't have to. No pressure, no biggie. But yeah.
Okay, for the sake of planning next session, though, if we go back to moving the skull, does she immediately come back out?
That is correct.
Fuck! I think we're gonna have to kill this old lady, Julian.
Okay. I've been spending this entire session humoring you, so.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right. Yep. And with that, that's session 15. I don't remember what music I used for signing off, but yeah. Any last words before I wrap things up over here?
No.
Nope, I think we're good.
All right. Well, the next time you'll, what was it? Kill that old lady? Yeah. Yep. It's not D&D.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Murder.
Murder.